because you've got your England top on today.
I've got my England top on.
I can see that you're fully invested in the Lionesses.
I'll leave the studio. You can
Take
crack
it
on
off.
with the show yourself.
Take it off.
Sweden had chances to really kill the game. They did. But you're watching the game, you're going, you won't be surprised if England get back into this. It was just a pressure cooker, and under the pressure, there was a lot of poor penalties.
Who's this? Sorry, who's this? Who's that?
Chloe Kelly.
Yeah.
It was like we only played well for something like 10 minutes in the...
You popped up with your player ratings and I was going, is this guy all right? Is he sure? I thought, I'll need to get a game of fives with this guy.
Player for player, England should win it, but listen, England, it depends which England turns up. I think some of the decisions are highly questionable. That's why she's had some low marks out of 10, Ruesha.
Can we talk about Anne-Katrin Berger?
But watching a Berger kick from her hands and stuff like that, like she can get over a ball and waz it. Who you want to see in the final, personally? England.
Yeah, England.
I'm going to say it's going to go to extra time and penalties.
Oh!
It's going to go.
Hello, how you doing? And welcome back to The Kickback, sponsored by LG and its all-in pledge campaign. Show your commitment to the Lionesses and the Red Roses this summer by heading to lg.com/UK/pledge. You can sign up to the pledge campaign and opt in for a chance to win an LG TV and soundbar. Remember, watching changes everything. My name's Shebahn Aherne, joined here in real life by the evil twin sister, professional football player looking for a club.com. Ruesha Littlejohn is with us today. Coming up on the show, what a quarter-final for the Lionesses. Unbelievable. Did they deserve that win? We're going to unpack it all for you. Plus, we'll be joined by voice of live football, Adrian Durham of talkSPORT, to look ahead to the next game against the Italians for the Lionesses. We're also going to hear from Giorgio Russo, brother of striker Alessia Russo, about his time in the Love Island villa and flying around the world to follow his sister's footballing journey. It's a busy, busy show. Lots on the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Get in the comments. Let us know how you're feeling about the tournament so far. Ruesha!
That was a very long intro.
It was a very long intro.
That was a long one. But you know what? I'm actually
though.
like, where do I am? I'm going to sign up and try and win myself an LG TV and a soundbar.
Well, you know.
Because the TV in my room right now it's too small for me.
Well, if you opt in, go through the whole website properly, right? Follow them on socials as well. Give them a tag.
Okay.
We're trying to get as many people to opt to support women's sport, Red Roses and Lioness this summer. So if you sign the pledge. Now, the thing is, we saw the numbers from that shootout, 7.4 million.
Yeah, crazy numbers.
If all of them could do the pledge as well, that'd be great.
That's it. You have to be in it to win it.
Absolutely.
That's what they say.
Oh, God,
Wow.
I mean, we're going to come into all in full detail with Adrian Durham, but just, I mean, what have you made of the tournament so far? Because you've got your England top on today.
I've got my England top on.
I can see that you're fully invested in the Lionesses.
She's trying to say this is like an England top from M&S. It's not from
guys,
M&S. It's not an England top.
Right, hold on. Can I just get a
let's
show
all
of
behave.
hands in the gallery? Who thinks Ruesha's wearing an England top today? Everyone's put their hand up.
They're all at the wind up. Everyone's on one.
Right, it's pure
On
England.
one.
It's lovely to
not.
see. I'm glad to see you supporting.
Right, I'll leave the studio. You can
Take
crack
it
on
off.
with the show yourself.
Take it off.
But yeah, the tournament so far has been really enjoyable. I was in America. I was over stateside, so I missed a few like the games in the group stages, caught some of them. But what I've seen, I've really enjoyed, and I think the quarterfinals have been fantastic. Yes, again, everyone's going to have their opinions on certain things, shootouts, whatever.
Yeah.
But for entertainment, enjoyment, I've been sucked right in. I kind of am a wee bit going, it's the semis.
I know.
And I'm like, that's really sad. It's coming to an end. I feel like it's got to be longer.
I mean, no round of 16.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing. If there were a round of 16, you lot probably would have blooming been there.
Could have been.
You know, if it were a bigger tournament.
Yeah.
But the fact that we've now jumped to this stage, now it's going to be 2 games this week, and then we're waiting to the final on the 27th. It's like, and then it's done.
I know.
It's
Tomorrow
sad.
night. Well, it's going to be, what, Tuesday night game.
Yeah.
Lionesses.
I mean,
Against Italy. You'll be sitting there in your room, Cash, wrapped in your Union Jack, with your Lioness top on, your shin pads in, and your moulds on, sitting on your bed. Right pumped up for it.
Serena Wiegman glasses on.
That's it. Well, I've got them. I'll send them down for you.
You should put on your Serena Wiegman
Yeah.
glasses. I actually think, Rue, that you are now becoming that way where you are like rooting for them in the game?
That's I actually am like, well done England for getting upset. Watching the game, can we dive into this right now? If we get anything else we need to talk about, can we go for it? Right,
Dives.
okay. So watching the game, and I'm sitting there, I have it on the iPad because I didn't know it was on the
we don't
TV,
have an LG
whatever.
TV.
Yes, LG, hello. Send me on for the final, please.
LG.
Anyway, watching the game, and I'm just like, oh my God, like England were, it's like I get people talk about the warm-ups, this is a thing people are going, to me, I don't buy into the warm-up stuff. I'm like, you could have a great warm-up and you could go out and get battered, right? You could have a stink of a warm-up and go and score a hat-trick. So I don't really buy into this warm-up. I get the Swedes, the great warm-up compared to the Lionesses warm-up. I don't care about that. Give me a football, let me do 5-10 minutes of keepy-ups and then I'd be good to go in a game. Warm-ups, overrated, waste of time. Then you have to go inside after your warm-up and you get changed, do your last bits of prep, maybe put in your shin guards. Some people might redo their hair, all that nonsense, go to the toilet, get a wee bit of hydration in you, a wee bit more carbs, stuff like that, a bit of caffeine. And then you walk back out and you go through the anthems and all that, and sometimes the dignitaries and all that come down. You've got all that stuff to go. So by that time you're going, the warm-up's like, there was no point in the warm-up. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I just don't buy into all that. Anyway, England started slow. They did, but during the game you're watching it and you're going, Sweden had chances, right? Sweden had chances to really kill the game. They did. But you're watching the game, you're going, you won't be surprised if England get back into this. You won't be. And then 2 goals, in 3 minutes? And that's it, they're right back in it again. And then they were really going, hold on a wee second. Can we be arsed going to a semi-final? Are we actually up for that? Are we sure? But even that, like Sweden too, you're going, oh, but again, it was just the occasion, that clearly the occasion had got to everyone, and it was just absolute, I don't know if people are going to say they were nervous, but it was just a pressure cooker, and under the pressure, there was a lot of poor penalties, and that's it. But to me, I enjoyed it. Yeah. Like,
it was entertaining.
It was so good, it was so fun.
Through the roof entertainment, I mean, we watched it together.
I don't know, there's a lot of pressure on here now.
But she's so chill.
Too chill.
I didn't see that happening, to be honest. Jesus Christ.
No, Beth.
Oh,
no.
Someone call a taxis now. Someone call a taxi.
Love her.
She's smile, she's got the swag, she's going to put the wee horsey leg up. Oh no, she's taking her time yet. Horsey, boom, boom, bash.
What a stunning penalty.
She's fine. So yeah, that was, what? What? This is, how many penalties have been gone here?
We couldn't believe what was happening. The misses, the lack of quality. They don't need to hear this, by the way, because they know it was shambolic. But Ruesha, I was thinking, do you ever have one of those dreams where you're trying to do your job? Like, so I have dreams often that I'm presenting, but I can't talk and I can't get the words out. And I was like, their job was to smash that ball into the back of the net.
That's not a dream. That's not a dream. That's actually real life. So,
but like, it felt like they completely forgot, with the pressure that they were under and the scrutiny that was on them, to actually be able to just kick a ball and like blast.
It's easier said than done. But we always say,
I have no idea about that pressure.
But you always say after the game of football and you've done extra time, you're not going to, you're probably technically, and your accuracy is not going to be there because you're fatigued. So it's like under pressure, you kind of just put your laces through the ball and don't balloon it over the bar. It's like just smash the ball on target. You see Lucy Bronze just smash it down the middle.
Lovely.
Do you know what I mean? And you're going, again, easier said than done. People are trying to do something and it doesn't come off. But in the moment, you're going, the Lionesses have been in these moments before and in the pressure cooker before. Mm-hmm. So it was just interesting to see how it went. But at the end of the day, they've came out the other side. I don't think we'll see that kind of shootout in a while. But what's the success rate of penalties this tournament? It's almost like 50%. So it can happen. But it's been, for me, for the fans, for the neutrals, it's been really, really enjoyable.
Who's this? Sorry, who's this? Where's the camera? Who's that?
Chloe Kelly.
Yeah, that's Chloe.
I think her technique's a bit better than yours. But do you know what? What I will give to Chloe Kelly?
Ours is amazing.
Her whole routine. So she basically, we all know that she takes penalty kicks. So you could see that she has her routine, and not saying that she'll never miss. She will miss a penalty. It will happen. But in that moment, she really stepped up. She came on. She changed the game also. So confidence is sky high. She's flying. She's got her little ritual, her routine. The spin of the ball on the spot, the stamp, stand, start to walk back, smile at the goalie, swag back, and then does her wee leg lift, horsey kick.
It's like a dressage horse.
But it works for her. It works for her. But my thing was, in that moment, in the moment, it was just it was a smile for me. The smile was, I'm on this. This is in the bin. This is in the bin. It's in the bin. Done. Do you know what I mean? Fair play.
I was like that.
I enjoyed it. I had a wee giggle watching that.
But it was so good. And it kind of unnerves you a wee bit. You felt like, all right, okay, she's smiling at me now. Okay, and you know that she's got the most powerful penalty. Is it the most powerful penalty in all of football? Remember?
It wasn't all football. It was against the Premier League that season.
Oh yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, she can welly a ball.
Unbelievable stuff. Like we say, I think every fan rode the emotions of that game, and England have made it to a semi-final. And the dream of retaining the European Championship is still there, Rue.
Yeah, don't want to write anyone off yet. Obviously, the Italians have done exceptionally well to get to where they are right now. And I think people will be looking like the Sweden game, and I think a lot of people wrote Sweden off and didn't realise how hard a game it would be. And I'm going, the Italians can play football, but they're also good at killing a game and playing the game. They will want to slow the game down. They'll want to control the game. They'll want to just knock any rhythm and momentum out of England playing. They'll want to roam about the ground. They'll want to maybe scratch you, kick you too. They can play that game, and they're very good at it. So that's what they'll be looking to do. So I don't think we can write them off yet.
No.
But England will be looking to bounce back with a better performance in the Sweden game. But we've seen them already in the tournament. They get beat the first game. So things haven't been plain sailing for them. So it's going to be a very competitive game. But if England win it, then you're going, they could potentially, again, don't want to write anyone off, but they could have either a Germany or a Spain.
And we were writing Germany off against
it.
Spain, which is crazy. Joining us now, live in Switzerland, our voice of live football, Adrian Durham in the house.
Listen, what a privilege, what a pleasure to join you on this show. I honestly, the sisters, it's just a career high. So thank you very much. What an honour.
Anytime, and that's all we've got time for with you. Thanks, Adrian. It's good to have you with us. I mean, Adrian, we were just saying, up against the Italians next. I know you've probably spoken about this till you're blue in the face, but what about that? What about that against the Swedes the other night?
Well, listen, as you know, I've been to many football matches down the years, and there's been some dramatic moments. That is right up there. And I think Serena, in her interview with Courtney Sweet-McKirk after the game, said that England were out 3 times. And they were probably more than that, actually, because at 2-0 down in 90 minutes with 11 to go, you're thinking there's no way they're going to do it. And then 2 in 2 minutes, and then they take their foot off the gas again. And it was like we only played well for something like 10 minutes in the 120 of the normal game in extra time. So then you have the penalty shootout. Chloe Kelly has to score to keep us in it, so that's 1 life. Then Sweden have 2 chances to win it, and that's another 2 lives. So she's right, effectively, in the shootout 3 times. England were virtually out, somehow saved themselves, or Sweden saved us, and then go on to win it. They ballooned one into orbit. It was, listen, there's a lot of luck involved. It wasn't all of England's making, that's for sure. But the spirit around the camp has been quite high in terms of the football. And of course, that galvanises a team together, doesn't it? If they can win a game that they've lost 3 or 4 times and get through to the semi-final, anything is possible. Who knows? They might even beat Spain in the final should they get there.
Crazy. Adrian, I'm just looking at all of the back pages over here this morning, all of our timelines. We're hearing all about this Jess Carter news, and like you say, the Lionesses, when they come together as a group, they're galvanised, they work together as a team, and they're in support of Jess Carter and everything that she's been going through with this social media racism, abuse. What have you heard about this from inside the camp?
Well, Lucy Bronze spoke so strongly on it yesterday. In fact, a lot of us felt quite emotional in the press conference.
We feel, as a collective, is the message as strong as it used to be? Is the message really hitting hard? Because to us it feels like it's not, if these things are still happening to our players in the biggest tournaments of their lives. So yeah, it's about putting another statement out there to say, you know, it's something that still is a problem. It's something that still needs to be put right. More needs to be done in football, more needs to be done in society. What that is right now, as an individual, I don't exactly know. But it's something that us collectively as a team and as a federation, we want to work towards. We want to make changes. This is a small step trying to create another change.
It's just got to a point where something seriously has to be done. She's pointing the finger squarely. First of all, at those who post racist comments. They're the ones that we should be looking at. So I hear a lot of maybe middle-aged white men, and I appreciate that people might view me as one of those, but middle-aged white men who basically gaslight Jess Carter, saying she shouldn't be on social media. What a load of rubbish. Yeah. You know, to actually make that a thing is just ridiculous. Let's talk about this in real terms. The people who post the stuff, they're the ones that need to be looked at. The social media companies not doing enough. They're the ones that need to be looked at. Lucy Bronze spoke so well on that yesterday. She also talked about some of the other players in the camp. And I asked her myself about Michelle Agumang, and who has had this incredible tournament where she's effectively kept England in the Euros with that equaliser the other night. And then she has to see her teammate Jess Carter go through all of this. And she might be wondering as a teenager, well, life is brilliant. And then she might be thinking, hang on a minute, what's this all about? How can she make any sense of that at such a young age? So I'm feeling for all those players in the squad. I'm feeling for Jess Carter and for Michelle Agumang as well, because it's just not fair. It's just not right. And something does need to be done. Lucy Bronze is absolutely spot on with it.
I mean, what do they do? I mean, obviously, if anything were ever to happen in a game, you know, I think the Lionesses have hinted that they will do everything together. Perhaps they walk off the pitch as a team. But with social media, I was saying to Ruesha there, when you apply for a blue tick on social media, you need to put in your passport details. You have to send them the picture of your passport. When you create an account, a betting account, you have to put in your passport, obviously, because you have to meet the criteria of being able to bet. When you start a social media account, Tom, Dick and Harry and Sally can all start a social media account and nobody checks that. And people are also buying these bots, paying money to racially abuse people. So this is with the social media accounts, Adrian, but we all know the Lionesses have the voices, that combined voice, to get change properly done. Do you think they'll be listened to?
Absolutely right. They can force change. Lucy Bronze again said, listen, we don't need social media. They can all, you know, delete their accounts. And then I think they would be prepared to do that. Because what she was saying was, you know, we're here for the football. We love playing football and we love connecting with the fans. And that's why they're on social media, OK? They want to connect with fans. They want to hear what fans have got to say. But as she said, criticism is fine. Players have to accept that. Yep. Abuse is not fine. And racism is absolutely not fine. Those social media companies, listen, technically, I couldn't tell you how they work. That's way above my brain power. But they know. We all know that they can do something. In this day and age, there's something that they could do to identify those who post this stuff and to stop them doing it and to identify them, locate them and prosecute them. Because as Mark Bullingham from the FA said, you know, this is a hate crime and this needs to be prosecuted. And I hope that it fully is chased up.
Absolutely. Once again, great to hear them speaking so powerfully on that and everybody giving it the focus that it deserves. Adrian, just while we've got you, Ruesha came for you last week. She came for you in your player ratings after the first game. So, do you want to have this?
I was actually having a little scroll on social media, and you popped up with your player ratings, and I was going, "Is this guy all right? Is he sure?" I was going, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. I thought, I'll need to get a game of fives with this guy. But I'll let you off. But I mean, yeah, how was your rating? How was your rating of the Lionesses after the Sweden game?
It wasn't particularly great, but listen, I call it as I see it. And I think one of the differences, the reason they're so low, as you may know, the sports paper in France, L'Equipe, does very aggressive marks. They're very low marks, rather, if you played badly. And I'm one of those. And somebody said to me, yeah, when you're doing marks out of 10, 4 out of 10 is the minimum, and that's just for getting off the bus. I'm not having any of that. I mean, you've got to earn your marks, and if you don't play well, you'll get a low mark. If you play well, you'll get a good mark. What I can say, Ruesha, is just be grateful I've never done marks out of 10 for any of your games, okay?
That's it. I'm not playing at the level of the Lionesses, so it's okay. You won't have to mark any of my games. It's fine.
Looking ahead to the Italians then, Adrian, I mean, what do you think? Do you think this is going to be a walk in the park for the Lionesses, or are they going to make it really tricky for them?
No, I mean, what a spectacular tournament the Italians are having.
Yeah.
When you think about how few years it's been professional in Italy in the club game, in the domestic game, for them to get to a semi-final is spectacular. And I think most of their players, all but 2, are contracted to Italian clubs. So it's a spectacular thing. It's one of the great stories, actually, of this tournament that Italy have got so far. They've not been scoring goals freely, although a couple against Norway. Girelli's got 3. She got 2 of those both of those against Norway. The second one, that header, it was a carbon copy of Lucy Bronze's goal, actually, against Sweden. But that shows they can score goals. But player for player, England should win it. But listen, England, it depends which England turns up. The France and Sweden England, Italy could absolutely do it. Netherlands and Wales England, we will cruise through to the final. It's not a cruise with England anymore. It's just not like that. In fact, it never really was. They take us to the highs and they take us to the lows. So I'm not taking anything for granted. And full respect for Italy. They've just got to make sure they get the job done. The problem against Sweden was they were so casual, so sloppy. I wondered about their mindset going into the game. Was it a bit too casual going into the game? There was that mistake that was punished by Asllani in the early stages of that game. Can't afford anything like that again, because they won't get that lucky again. That's just not possible. They're incredibly fortunate to be there. They've got to make it count.
Does it concern you, I think, watching this tournament, the amount of chances that England are conceding, and they've not really been punished? But for a Lioness team, I'm going, they're conceding so many chances. Sweden could have had the game dead and buried before it even went to extra time, but before England came back. But is that a worry? Yes, we said Italy aren't free-flowing, scoring plenty of goals, but you've seen that they're capable of putting crosses into the box and scoring goals. Is that a worry right now?
100% a worry. And the aerial ability, that the Italians have shown is a concern. Millie Bright, had she been in the squad, would be in the 11 by now. I think there's a concern about Leah Williams' fitness. I think we're all thinking she's going to be okay. Does Jess Carter stay in the starting 11, or Esme Morgan, who came on and played well, actually, does she start? They went to a 3 at a certain point in that Sweden game when they got back into it, then reverted to a 4. So which shape do they start with? There's lots of questions for Serena to answer, but that's why she's the England manager. That's why she gets paid the big bucks to make those decisions. She's got to get that right. I think some of the decisions are highly questionable. That's why she's had some low marks out of 10, Ruesha. I think she's got to get those decisions absolutely spot on, because it's okay sort of getting very lucky and squeaking through against Sweden when you shouldn't really have got through. I think we all accept England should be out by now. But if you go out to Italy in the semi-finals, I think there's some serious questions that need to be asked, because player for player, as I said, England are way better. She's got those decisions to make, and it's on her. And if it's not going right, she's got to make those changes quicker.
OK. Adrian, just while we've got you, before we let you go, before you fly to your next destination, you have been catching up with a Love Islander, Giorgio Russo. The unlikely bromance we didn't know we needed has blossomed live on talkSPORT. How was Giorgio? I mean, we're going to watch the interview in just a second, but you guys, are you going to couple up? Have you got a date in the diary?
Well, I've recorded all the episodes of Love Island. I'm going to watch them avidly when I get back, and I'll just race through the bits without Giorgio and then just watch him. If you've seen his Instagram, which pretty much everybody has now, his High Rocks pictures worth taking in. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah. And what a time he's got for that High Rocks. Incredible. So, yeah, listen, it was a pure pleasure to spend that much time with Giorgio, and the after party was really good fun as well.
Oh, I bet it was. Adrian Durham, thank you so much, our voice of live football, for coming on. Good luck against the Italians, and we'll hopefully see you again pre-final.
I'm going to give you both 9 out of 10 for the show.
Love
Thank
it.
you.
Love it from you. We'll take it. Adrian Durham, cheers, hen. We'll catch up with you again very, very soon. And if you missed it, here's that beautiful moment between Adrian Durham and Giorgio Russo.
You didn't say to anybody in the villa that your sister plays for. You dropped a few hints, but you didn't say clearly, oh, my sister's at the Euros playing for England.
So do you know what? It's funny that it wasn't. I did, and there was a lot of conversation. So I never actually brought it up. Someone figured it from my last name on day one, Tommy and Connor. But it never got shown on television, which I mean is not too bad. There was times where we spoke about women's football quite a lot in the downtime, and there was times where we spoke about all football in general. All the boys in there, we all had a real camaraderie about being knowledgeable about football, and we'd play football games and what have you. But the topic of women's football and Alessia definitely came up a few times.
When I found out you were going in the villa, I didn't believe it, first of all, and then I thought, oh no, the high rock stuff, it all makes sense. And I thought to myself, what does this actually mean? And when in a deeper moment, I thought it's actually really empowering because it's tables turned. So you've got your sister playing for England in a major tournament, and her brother is on Love Island. And I just thought, I think it's a big moment for the women's game. Did you even think about all of that? Or have you thought about that since?
Yeah, I have, because a lot of, even when I talk to some friends and people that I come across about women's football, there can be sometimes a bit of a topic of conversation about it. When I say to them the same way that you wouldn't compare Serena Williams to Roger Federer, it's a completely different sport. And that's the way that women's football should be looked at in today's world and forever. And I think the way that the guys in the villa were receptive to the information and the way that they spoke about it was incredible. And I think that the fact I was able to go in there and the following that I have for women's football, I travel up and down the country every weekend when I'm in the UK, going to watch women's football and talking about it and love it. So I think if I can do anything and build a bit of a bigger profile for it, having been on national television, then that would definitely be a good thing for me.
Today's show is brought to you by LG, and it's all in pledge campaign to increase viewership across women's sport. By signing up and pledging to watch more women's sport this summer, you'll be part of the drive to increase investment, grow the game, and create opportunities for young girls to get involved themselves. Remember, watching changes everything. Let's hear now from LG's ambassador, Millie Bright, on what advice she'd give to young players trying to break through.
Firstly, enjoy it. I think I've always said it, a happy player is the best player. I think whenever you're happy in your environment and you believe in the people around you and surrounding yourself with a secure circle that, have the best intentions, will be your biggest fan but your biggest critics as well, because you need that. You need to grow and develop, and you need to go through hard times to, build character and to improve your game. I think whenever you have that, just enjoy the game, because I can hand on heart say I'm 32 this year and I love the game just as much as when I was that 9-year-old girl with my dad booting it in the air and nearly breaking my neck with me heading it. So with still toe caps on, so I still have that same butterfly feeling. I still have that same urge to be better. And everyone always says, why have you stayed at Chelsea so long? Because I've always felt challenged. I've never had a season where I felt I've stood still or not had someone pushing me to be better. And even as one of the most senior players there, like, I still want to be better, and I'm always pushing the kids, and equally they push me. So yeah, and if you don't know your local team, go out and seek it. Like, don't stand still, and yeah, just don't be afraid to be different either.
There's a great chat somebody was having the other day about, and not even worrying that you have to be good, as long as you just enjoy it.
Exactly.
Like, everybody's this pressure, I can't play football because I won't be good at it. Like, that's how girls see football sometimes.
No,
it's
exactly.
Like, God,
And
my
we all start
husband plays
somewhere.
5 all the time. He's nuts.
I was terrible as a kid. I was literally terrible up until probably about 16. So there's no right or wrong path. There's no journey that needs to be the same, and my journey will certainly be different to the next person's, and so on and so on. So I think sometimes there's too much comparison between, oh, she's better than that, but someone's always going to be better in some other way. But find your own little super strength and use it to your advantage.
I love that. A happy player's the best player.
Yeah,
and it
always
all
said
walks of
that.
life, isn't it? If you're
I've
happy,
always
you're
said
better.
that. And some players can be in environments where they're not as happy and they still excel. But for me personally, I've always seen the best teams come together when, the culture's like bang on. That's something that I can hand on heart say at Chelsea for over a decade is we've had the right environment, we've had the right culture, we've had the right values, we've looked after each other. Whether someone's had a little bump in the road, Milk, can you come get me? Yeah, no worries, I'll jump in my car now. I see especially the kids like my little sisters, and I'd do anything for anyone on the team. But we do look after each other, and I think it's a massive part of been a part of that team and success.
Don't forget, head to lg.com/UK/pledge. You can sign up to the pledge campaign and opt in for a chance to win an LG TV and soundbar. Remember, watching changes everything. Rue,
Castle.
where do you stand on Serena Wiegmann if she is not to progress to a final past the Italians? Because I think it's what Adrian, I think, was alluding to there.
I still think she deserves to be the England manager. I think you've got to look at what she's done. She's won a Euros with the Lionesses. She took them to a World Cup final. She's now got them in a semis of another Euros. So is that not pretty good? That's quite unreal. Do you know what I mean? That's really good. But I get now you're looking at the Lionesses. And before that, the Lionesses hadn't won a major tournament. Yes, they'd maybe got to quarters, got to semis before. They hadn't won a major tournament. So for that, I think she gets to stay. Again, it could be on her terms. Does she want to stay or not? I think she would be a very honest woman going, no, I can do more here, or no, my time's up, it's time for change. I think she would be. I get, although like, these managers and sports stars or successful people all have that wee bit of ego in them, and that's would probably take them to how far they've got anyway. But I feel like she's a mature woman and she would know. But right now I'm going, you're looking and you're going like the games and you're going, not good enough, but they're still there. They're still in about it and nothing is plain sailing. And you look, she has brought in some younger players. There has been changes. There is some senior players that haven't came to the tournament. So I think she's doing well.
Where do you stand on that stuff now? You know, the players who aren't at the tournament, because obviously it was big personalities, wasn't it? Who are now not at this tournament. They've cracked on. They are where they are with those players or without them. But what kind of environment does that have in a camp?
I think the way the Lionesses are, and that group have been on this journey together for a little while now, so I think they all know each other well. I feel like the camp is probably a tight enough unit. Yes, not everyone's going to be best mates. You'll be closer to certain people than others. Yeah. But I think people will respect everyone's decisions. And that's what it comes down to. It's like people have done what's best for them in that moment, and you've got to respect that. So Mary Earps, Millie Bright, you've got to respect their decisions. And I'm sure everyone in that Lioness dressing room would too.
There's so many big personalities that are still in the squad. Obviously, Lucy Braun's been one of them. But Hannah Hampton has had a coming of age this tournament. You have played with Hannah before she went to Chelsea. Mm-hmm. What have you made of her this tournament and how she's grown as a person?
I think there's been never any question or any doubts about Hannah's ability. Like, Hannah's an exceptional talent. She's a very good goalkeeper and she's technically very good with both feet. And that's kind of unheard of, especially for goalkeepers to be so comfortable with the ball at the feet. So there's no surprises that she's doing well. She has got a belief in her own ability and she always knew that she wants to be at a top club. For Hannah, it was actually just working on her mental side of the game and her, as a person, maturing and becoming a woman, maybe, is what she had to work on. And I think she's went away, she's worked on herself, and now she's reaping the rewards for that. But there was never a question about Hannah's ability as a goalkeeper. So.
Yeah, no, she's been absolutely outstanding. Even the clips of like her, she's got the thing up her nose and, you know, screaming in the celebrations. Like, it was such a special moment, you know, for her and so many of the players. It's like, oh my God, just on the subjects and goalkeepers as well and special moments. Can we talk about Ann-Katrin Berger?
Oh, I know. It's just one of those, like the story and stuff like that. You're like, and isn't football mental though when you think about it? Like, she was at Chelsea and then it's like she was no longer kind of going to be number one. She was there and then she moves away. She works hard. She's working really hard behind the scenes. She still becomes the German number one. She reclaims that spot to the major tournament, goes through more setbacks, and then to have the game that she did is just beautiful. But that save was absolutely stunning. I think everyone watching it at the time, everyone was just like, oh! And then from that, she cracks on, and you know she was going to have a decent game in the penalties. Yes, maybe England didn't. Sorry, the penalties. France, France didn't help themselves there with some of the penalties, but she stepped up. She was confident, and yeah, just what a gal. Yeah. She texted me.
Did she?
She wants to head out for a pint after tournament.
Did she?
I said, look, Anne-Catherine, look,
Anne?
you go on your holiday. I'll catch you after your holidays.
Don't you worry about me.
So,
yeah. Oh, honestly, unbelievable. And I think, as you mentioned there, like the story, the background of what happened, she's been through cancer, Anne-Catherine Berger, you know, went through every single stage of life, you know, that there's been for one individual, everything she's been through to step up the big stage and just keep doing that. I'm like, you're so good. You're so good at what you do.
I remember one game, what was I doing? I think I was injured, or I was watching, whatever had happened, and I was watching the game, and I was out really early. So I was watching the warm-ups. And for like Hannah, obviously Hannah Hampton gets a lot of credit about her distribution and stuff like that. But watching Berger kick from her hands and stuff like that, like she can get over a ball and waz it. It's some technique, and I was just watching it and I was like, oh, yeah, I like you. I knew who she was. She was obviously unreal, but just watching her in her warm-up, going through her wee bits of drills, I was just like, wow, that's impressive.
Got to put it up there as one of the GOATs, really, of women's football, haven't you, Anne-Catherine?
There's some players like that, they just don't get enough credit. But do you know what I love about the Germans? I harp on about this all the time. The Germans are like, they're just this force and they're all one. No one's a superstar. Yes, you might have had the time when you had to have Birgit Prinz and stuff like that, and you need to have Alexandra Popp, and they were like the goal scorers. But as the way the Germans do it, like they spread everything equal. So like even if it's like for international duty, if it's like press, if it's like media, or like working with sponsors and brands, they just spread it all out. So it just creates that equal environment. And you see a lot of the Germans still play in Germany, and it's just like that's the environment. They don't want one single massive superstar. It's like everyone is equal and everyone performs, and I just love that about the Germans.
That's nice. I've never really seen it like that before, but you're right. I mean, across the pitch.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like it.
There's no out and out super. You're right, Pop would have been, I think, in our eyes, the out and out superstar, not at this tournament. But yeah, you're right. And it's not then like Pop does every single press interview. You know, they share it and share it.
All the work, all the load is spread equal, and I think that's just their philosophy. That's their belief, and I think that's always been like that. So there's no egos.
Do you think we're underestimating the Germans against the Spanish?
Obviously, you look at nobody's seen the Sweden result coming. I mean, that was a battering. You're going, that was crazy. But for the Germans, I think you've got to look and go, they're like a few games they've had players sent off so early. We're forgetting about they were down to 10 people after, what was it?
10 minutes in that game.
Mental. So there's something about them. They've got a belief. They've got a resilience. You can't underestimate them. You can't write them off right now. It's going to be a tough game. They've played a lot of minutes. They've got a few injuries, missing a few players with suspension. So, but you can't write them off.
Yeah. I mean, here we are now looking at semi-finals of Germany against Spain, England against the Italians. Now, on paper, I think we know what this final is going to look like. But whatever we've learned from this tournament is that you cannot go anything on paper. It's thrown up so many more surprises.
Crazy. Cass, I'm just buzzing to watch these games, and I don't want them to end. But that's it. I'm kind of like, yes, you've got, it should be that. Yes, we think it should be that. But you just can't write anyone off right now. It's not over till it's over, and we'll see at the end of the 90 minutes or plus extras and penalties. At final, though, who you want to see in the final, personally?
England. England are there for me. I don't know if maybe the Germany could throw up a bit of a surprise and we could see another Euros England-Germany final. But it's possible. It's not the wildest thing ever. I mean, Spain took 50 minutes for the Spanish to get ahead against the Swiss. You know, and again, they've got the home support by the
last 20 minutes. They maybe got the goal, something like that. Yeah.
So I'm like, is there, you know, if the Germans can sit tight and be efficient, which they do so well, it could be a Germany-England final. Easy.
Yeah, I would be intrigued to see how the Germans set up for that game. Will they be a bit more reserved, as in, like, will they play more of a tighter block or a mid block? I don't actually know what they will do, but you would expect Spain to have a lot of possession.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I just want a good game of football. Yes, I get you'd like to see England. I do think England have to pull their socks up and get their stuff together and go out and do the job against the Italians. It's not going to be easy because I think the Italians will really frustrate them. But I think on paper, yes, England should have enough quality to maybe get over the edge. But the Italians can't write them off. Good team, good at what they do. But I do expect England to get to the final. The other leg, I'm not sure.
Okay, fair enough. One of my favourite moments of the tournament is the Italian manager celebrating that second goal. He's like, should I celebration or not?
Yeah.
Have to go. Like, that was so sweet. And Girelli to get a brace in that game. Like, again, players just getting the worldwide recognition that they deserve, who have been great players for their whole career, and now they're kind of thrust there out in the spotlight and they're doing bits. It's been brilliant. If you're Sarina Wiegman, are you making any changes to your starting 11 for the semi-final?
Well, we'll need to see if Leah Wilson is fit to start. So that's going to be
If she's not.
If she's not fit, well, obviously there's got to be a change.
So what would you do?
I guess you're just bringing in Esme Morgan. But then there's a bit of me that I would maybe rather actually go and put Jess Carter as centre back beside Alex Greenwood. I get then Carter can play on the left and so is Greenwood, so would that be a bit of an unbalance there? But I just think for aerial balls and stuff like that, like we've seen Girelli in there, they're just lacking that bit of aggression. They've lost that without having Millie Bright in there. Yeah. I mean, she'd head her nanny, do you know what I mean? So she's not there to do that. So I think Jess Carter is very physical, and I think she'd be a bit of a presence in there, dealing with any crosses and stuff, tidying up and getting tight and making it difficult for Girelli. Then what do you do? Who do you put at left back?
You don't think she's going to maybe change the formation a little bit?
Well, the fact that you see her going to a free at the end of the game, but I think that was more, that was purely, I think, to get Lucy Bronze higher up the pitch. I think to Lucy Bronze, that means I've got licence to get high and forward, and you've seen her and she got her rewards, gets to go and gets them back in it. So it will be interesting, but I don't think there'll be a massive shape change to start the game. But we'll see. And in terms of players, I'm going, I don't know if there's like any massive changes I would make in the starting lineup. Chloe Kelly has got an argument though. I mean, she came in, she was called, that's maybe one, because I do think without her coming on and playing the way she did and putting the crosses in, I guess she's put in 2 crosses, but there was no other balls put in like that. Do you know what I mean? And it's led to goals and it got them back in the game. So I'm like, she's confident right now. She is confident, so she'll be going, start me.
And this is the thing, is she will Chloe be sitting there going, I'm confident with my role that Sarina gives me?
No, I think a player like that isn't happy sitting on a bench right now. I think she's got to.
But every time, I mean, she scores the winning goal to win them the flaming thing.
Not every time. I just think as players like that, there is she's young, she's hungry, and she's going, no, I'll like start me now. She might know she might not play 90 minutes, but so do all the Lionesses. They know that they've got a quality squad. So if you don't do it within the first 45, 60 minutes, there's going to be changes. And I think that's fair and it's a good place to be. But I think Chloe Kelly will be very confident and just be going, let me start this game, let me make an impact. And then you've got other people then going, right, okay, I can now come on and hopefully make an impact. I think treat it like that. I get there's players like Lauren James had a quieter game.
Yeah.
She's human. That's going to happen. She can't be world class all the time. Everything can't come through her. And then Chloe Kelly steps up. So that's the beauty of that Lioness squad. You've got Beth Mead, stuff like that too, that can come on. We've seen her getting a couple of goals in the tournament and she'll be wanting to, she'll be like a bit disappointed. She's like, I'm a starting player. But when you've got people firing, people confident and playing well, that's elite sport and that's competition. And at a major tournament, it's going to be, that's the way it is. But I think the Lionesses are all very good and comfortable with the roles. And I don't think there'll be people really sunken. It's just that, well, when I get on, it's my time to shine, which is good.
Knowing the role very well and the situation that she's in, I just want to get your thoughts on Michelle Adjumang. Her as a player, what her future looks like.
Oh, she's got a massive, massive future ahead of her. She's young, fearless. She's been dropped in at this stage and she's delivered. But I still think she's so young and she's got so much developing to do, so much to learn, and she's in a great place training and playing with the players that she's in with right now. I'm sure she'll be soaking it all up, but I just think let's everyone just let her be. I do not think she should be starting a game yet. I don't think she's ready to. I think she will get her moments in time. It's probably not at a major tournament. It might be in a friendly. It might be in a group phase somewhere where you'd expect the Lionesses to clear the floor and win and progress through groups like they always do. I think that's her moment to grow. But she's came on at a major tournament and delivered twice, which is great. But I don't think that means she's ready yet to start. I think Alessia Russo is the starting striker. Yes, Russo's finishing right now. And the last game, she maybe looked a wee bit tired and a wee bit lacking confidence. But one thing what I will say is when Russo stepped up to her penalty, she buried it. Had she missed that, I think her confidence would have dropped. But I think as a striker, you go through those moments in games where you snatch at stuff, maybe just a wee bit like, I think she might be feeling, oh, I need to score here, I need to score. I'm the number 9. But she's got assists, she does have a goal. But I think her penalty will just maybe settle her down, and I think she'll have chances against the Italians.
Yeah, I mean, it could be one of those games where they absolutely batter Italy.
I think they need to come out with a big statement. I won't be surprised.
So too. It's post-France, isn't it? It's what happened after that opening game. They were like, we got the shock we needed. We were on the edge of going out there 3 times. They were nearly packing their bags in that shootout. You know, it was, and they're there. They're in a semi-final. They've got, with no disrespect to Italy, they have got the easiest side. So I think you're right. I think the English will be coming out to make a statement for this game. Before we go, can I have your predictions, please? Germany, Spain, go.
I'm going to say it's going to go to extra time and penalties.
Oh!
I'm just going to go for that. And the Germans are going to win on penalties.
Oh my God!
No!
Oh my God, which means... do you know what? I think I'm going to agree again. I think Germany might beat Spain. That we've had it wrong the whole time. Nobody's been able to call this nonsense. It's been crazy. I think
Spain are so good. They're so good. But I'm going Germany are an experienced team. The only thing is they've got a few... No, but they're good. They're quality players. They'll make it hard for Spain. I think they can't go toe-to-toe with them right away. But I think just really make it hard and be physical, aggressive.
This episode of The Kickback was brought to you by LG and its All-In Pledge campaign. Show your commitment to the Lionesses and the Red Roses this summer by heading to lg.com/UK/pledge, where you can sign up to the Pledge campaign and opt in for a chance to win an LG TV and a soundbar. Remember, watching changes everything. Get in the comments, let us know your thoughts, let us know your predictions as we head into these semi-finals. Like and subscribe. Rue, see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.